Hello, my frugal friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Christine, and in today's video, I have read your comments on my last grocery budget challenge video, and today I am bringing you a challenge that is similar yet slightly different. Today we are doing all keto because you've asked for it. Now, I am no keto expert. If you know me at all, you know that I don't eat keto in particular. I do want to give you guys ideas for your life that works for your diet and lifestyle and families. And this is something that you said that you wanted. So I am happy to pull out, Google, do some research, maybe even talk to a few friends of mine. So to bring you today's video, I have teamed up with two keto experts that know a whole lot more than I do. First of all, we have the amazing Jen Chapin, who has done countless keto meal prep videos. She's amazing. I have rarely met such a hard worker as her. She blows me away about all the stuff that she gets done all the time. Her food always looks so beautiful and it always makes me want to try it. And she even recently inspired me to make my own homemade marinara sauce, which I've never really done before. Next up, we have Gia from Marriage and Motherhood. If you follow her at all, you know that she has been doing keto for the last several years with success. She is going to be a wealth of information for you. I love Gia. I think she's hilarious, and I've spoken with her in person, and she is exactly the same in real life as she is on camera, which is always good to know from your favorite YouTubers. Now, if you want to check out their videos, I will link those down below in the description box for you. And we have broken up this challenge, so each of the three of us is going to be doing 9 keto meals for $33. So when you add them all together, you will get all 27 meals for $99. So if you want to see all 27 meals, you're going to have to go to their channels as well. In today's video, I tried desperately not to have any repeats of anything, which made me spend a touch more, although I did stay under my $33 budget for my 9 meals. I have 3 breakfasts, 3 lunches, and 3 dinners for you. Before we head to see what I picked out, I hope you would consider hitting that thumbs up button. YouTube likes it when you do that. So without further ado, let's go shopping. In a very different vibe from my last extreme grocery budget challenge, I decided to shop the quote Christine way. And that means I'm going to multiple stores and I am looking for the clearance items, the markdowns. I'm trying to find the best price of everything I can find and see if I can fit it into some kind of a meal plan. In my last video, I did strictly Walmart because I figured even in smaller towns where there's not a lot of options, most people have access to a Walmart in the United States. There were a lot of people that disagreed with that and hated it. So this time I decided just to stick to my normal shopping strategies. I do not have an Aldi anywhere in my area, nor do I have a 99-cent store or Dollar General, and my Dollar Tree is very, very small. Now in this video, I am only cooking for one person instead of a family of 6. Therefore, it is technically only 9 meals. I had great plans to use that lime, but as you'll see later in the video, I totally forgot to add it to one of my dishes. So at the end of the week, I had an extra lime. That was such a bummer. I did have some extra food at the end of this challenge, and I meant to record it for you, but my family kind of tackled all of it and ate the remainders. Here you see I'm at Winco, and I'm in one of my favorite areas, which is the bulk bins. You can get specialty ingredients for pretty cheap when you just measure out the amount that you technically need for that recipe. So instead of getting this huge container of pork rinds or coconut flour I'm not going to use for other things, I can just measure out the small amount that I need for that. I was super excited to find clearance meat just basically across the board. The chicken, the turkey, hamburger patties I had picked up earlier. I like Winco because they have an 18-count egg to buy, whereas my Walmart doesn't sell them like this. It's either a 2-pack of 18-count or the big box or a 12-count, and that's it. I don't know why that is. It's so strange. I did want to do tuna cakes in this video for you today. I picked up just the cheapest can of tuna I could find, and I was going to make my own taco seasoning, but I decided to pick it up just because it was really cheap and I had a little bit of money in the budget. Now, for the purposes of this video, I assumed you had a little bit more in your pantry than in the last one, where I figured like oil and salt and pepper. If you're gonna do a keto diet, you probably don't have nothing at your house. I find keto or a strict diet like this to be more of a privilege than just trying to make it by. And so I would figure that you have some basic spices, and you'll see that later when I put these recipes together. Of course, I had to pick up some ranch dressing because it's keto. Ranch is keto. I have a friend who's been doing like keto forever, and ranch is one of her favorite things to put on food. And I was always like, but look at the calories. And she goes, but there's no carbs. And so, hey, Jessica, this one's for you. I did have a little bit of money left over, so I picked up some broccoli and cucumber just as side dishes. And once again, here's my Walmart shelves bare of the cauliflower I wanted to buy. Here are my receipts. I will show all of them to you. I fold them like this so they're hiding the address of the store and any of my credit card or debit card numbers, just for privacy's sake. Hope you understand. Winco, my total is $15.31 after taxes. Smith's is $8 on the nose after taxes. How funny is that? Albertsons, $1.15. Walmart, $8.65. And I did math that for you. It's $33.05 after tax. So if you live in a state or area that does not charge sales tax on groceries, your total would be slightly cheaper if you found these same deals. Let's go through it. This is everything I am going to be eating for the next 3 days, keto style, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 8 ounces of Colby Jack cheese. We'll be using this for multiple recipes. 18 eggs, 1 can of tuna, taco seasoning, a little bitty guy of cottage cheese, small guy of sour cream. I would have rather gotten the bigger stevia for sweeteners for a couple of my breakfasts this week. Like I mentioned in my other video, shopping this way for a restricted amount of time on a restricted budget, you have to buy a smaller package of something when a larger package would be cheaper per ounce. But if you're thinking long term, a larger package of this would make more sense. Ditto here, ditto here. But for the purposes of this video, it'll work. I was gonna get ground beef, but so excited to find 1 whole pound of ground turkey. I don't love ground turkey, but I think we're gonna add enough stuff to it that it's gonna taste just fine. There are 4 patties in here. We will not be eating burgers every day though. Just under a pound of chicken breast. We will split this in half and use this for 2 different meals. Cream cheese. In my area, Walmart has the cheapest cream cheese. 2 slices of bacon. You can buy it by the slice just at the counter if you don't want a whole package. Garlic. I was gonna get a couple of avocados, but when I saw the holy guacamole for 99 cents, I figured this is gonna cover like 2 avocados, and then I did grab 1 more for something that you'll see for breakfast. Cilantro. I was gonna get the zucchini for zucchini noodles, but when I saw the prepped spaghetti squash, I thought this would be a nice substitute. It's $1.49 for an entire pound. A little bit of mayo, some unsweetened almond milk, only has 1 carb per cup. Some ranch because heck yeah, why not? It goes on everything. Clearance lettuce. I have 4 little baby heads of lettuce in this huge container. Frozen cauliflower was cheaper than buying the fresh cauliflower, so I was glad to find that. 1 pound of strawberries. Tomato sauce. 1 tomato. 1 lime. I was not originally planning on buying these 2. I was able to fit it into the budget and I was very excited to do so. I did want to have some butter. Couldn't afford the Kerrygold today, but I did pick up the butter with olive oil and sea salt to use in my cooking this week and to bump my fat content. And lastly, one of my favorite budgeting tips for you is check out your bulk bins. I grabbed a couple of pork rinds, Parmesan cheese, some protein powder, and coconut flour. Obviously, if you buy like a huge container of protein powder, that will be the cheapest way to go. 1 last shot of everything I picked up, $33.05 for 9 keto meals. Let's get cooking. For our first breakfast, we're gonna do a smoothie. I took half of the pound of strawberries and cleaned them off, cut the stems off, and stuck them in the freezer because we want frozen strawberries for this. So this is half a pound of strawberries. We're gonna put in half of an avocado for some good healthy fat, 3/4 of a cup of vanilla flavored almond milk, and the amount of sweetener of your choice. Dump all that avocado in there. I love avocado. I love how buttery it is. I'll eat it with just a spoon. Almond milk and our sweeteners. There you go, 200 calories, very low carbs, although out of all the breakfasts, this is probably one of the higher carb ones because of the berries, but 2 little packets was the perfect amount for me. This is so good. To start off our second breakfast, we're gonna take the rest of our strawberries. I just washed them and cut them up, and we're gonna macerate them in our sweetener. So not sugar, it's our stevia stuff. I'm gonna use 4 packets here because it should be for the next 2 breakfasts. So all I'm gonna do is sprinkle these on top, stir it around, and set it to the side. If you're not keto, you can still do this with sugar. This is how I make the strawberry topping for strawberry shortcake. You just put regular sugar on strawberries, stir it around, and let it sit for like an hour. Ooh, it gets so beautiful and juicy. Today for breakfast, we are going to make an angel food cake, a protein angel food cake, 7 egg whites into your mixer of choice. Today I'm using a KitchenAid. You can also do this with just a hand mixer and a bowl. Please use real eggs. Do not use the carton of egg whites. It will not work. And we're gonna whip these until they make a meringue and add a few other ingredients. Please keep the yolks. We can use that in an omelet or something tomorrow. Here is our meringue, and we're gonna add our protein, vanilla protein, please, that you picked up from the bulk bin. It's 17 grams. I weighed mine out already, so we're just gonna add that whole thing in and stir this all together until combined. Now, of course, it is cheaper usually to buy just like a huge container of your favorite brand, and mine has got to be Cellucor, is one of my favorite brands. Now, this one's chocolate, but I do have a vanilla one that I use often. I get these off of Amazon. I'll leave a link down below for you. This is the 5-pound tub. Cellucor tastes amazing, and the peanut butter marshmallow is my favorite flavor that they do. I always wait until they're on sale, like there's a coupon or something, and I get them for about $35 for a 5-pound container, so $35 for 70 servings. So once you are done kind of mixing this all together, we're gonna put it in a sprayed cake pan and bake it. Today, instead of a cake pan, I'm using a traditional size loaf pan just because I'm lazy and didn't want to go downstairs and get my cake pans. Bake at 350 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. After 20 minutes, I have this beautiful angel food cake, which is way too hot to eat right now. So I'm gonna let this cool, and we're gonna top it with our strawberries, and yes, you can eat this entire loaf pan for right at about 200 calories. Completed dish, I just cut my angel food cake into slices and topped it with my macerated strawberries. If you are a true keto, you might have some heavy whipping cream in your fridge. Whisk that up, give it a little dollop on top, and you can eat this entire thing. I hope you guys try this one. It's really delicious. Last breakfast, we're gonna make keto pancakes. I'm gonna start with 1 egg. Now you can quadruple this. Actually, the original recipe is for 4 servings, but today we're only gonna make 1. 1/4 cup of cottage cheese. I'm gonna eyeball this. That's pretty close. We have just a little bit of vanilla, about that. If you're new around here, I don't like to measure vanilla. If a little bit is good, more is better. Just a little bit under 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, tiny little pinch of baking soda, and about 1/4 teaspoon, maybe a little bit less, of stevia. This will make 4 very, very small little mini pancakes. Doesn't really look round, does it? That's okay. You make these small because they're a little hard to flip. About 2 to 3 minutes per side. Mine are a touch dark because I had my heat up too high when I first started, but I turned it down and they're not burnt. They're just a little on the dark side. Here are my completed cottage cheese pancakes. I put a little bit of butter on each one and the rest of my strawberries. So my 1 pound of strawberries is now gone. I used it for all 3 breakfasts. This smells amazing. That little bit of butter on top of those, whoo! Too bad they haven't invented smell-o-vision yet. To prep for a couple days of lunches, I am going to put half of my chicken and 1 of the hamburger patties, or turkey burger patties, into my air fryer. You can season these however you want. If you just have salt and pepper, that's okay. I'm gonna put this Montreal steak on my turkey burger because I think it tastes really good. Let's do a little sprinkly sprinkle, and we'll flip that over. Boop. Try not to break it like I did. And for my chicken, I have this leftover salad supreme stuff. I don't even know if it'll taste good on chicken, but we're gonna go for it. Because that's the way I cook. I just like to throw things on food and keep my fingers crossed that it turns out well. If it's not a snow blizzard outside, you can grill these, that would be better. But I have about 6 feet of snow in my backyard, so that's just not gonna happen. We're gonna stick these in the air fryer to cook them, and we will see them in a few minutes. For lunch today, I have a cheeseburger lettuce wrap, 2 slices of delicious tomato, some of my melty cheese. I cooked my turkey burger right there in the air fryer, half of a cucumber on the side, just wrapped in some lettuce. If you want to add some mayo to this, you can, but for me, this is definitely enough juices and moisture for my little burger lettuce wrap. I broke up a patty and a half, so a little over 1/4 pound of the ground turkey, and we're just gonna cook it in the skillet with our taco seasoning and make a taco salad for lunch today. I added about 1/3 of this package because it's supposed to be for 1 pound and I don't have a pound in here. And a little bit of water, and I'm just gonna kind of simmer this a little bit until the water evaporates and it gets a little thicker, and then we'll make our salad. Here's my taco salad. I have my turkey meat with taco seasoning, sour cream, tomato, cheese, and my guacamole that I picked up on clearance. Remember that? On a gorgeous bed of lettuce. And if you're not keto, you can add tortilla chips, but we're not gonna do that because we are eating so smart this week. Ooh. Today for lunch, we are making tuna cakes, and this is something I am really glad I'm only doing this keto challenge for one person because there's no way my husband would eat this. I have tried serving Dave tuna so many different times and he hates all of them. This one is just gonna be for me. So let's make some keto-friendly tuna cakes. I'm just gonna open this one whole can. If you wanted to meal prep this, I would just double it and do 2 cans. Here we go. If you wanna get the more expensive tuna, that's totally up to you, but I am not fancy at my house. So we're just getting the cheapest one we can find because, hey, we are on a budget. 1 whole egg. And the amounts on the rest are kind of up to you depending on what you like. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of mayonnaise, and I'm kind of eyeballing this, so that looks close-ish. Tablespoon of mustard of your choice. I just have this in the fridge. I'm sure most people have mustard in their house. A little bit of pepper.
Do not be afraid of the pepper.
A little bit of salt. 1 clove of grated garlic. I'm just gonna use my microplane and grate about half of this clove because it's really, really big. My husband does not need garlic coming out of my pores, you know what I'm saying? And a little bit of either parsley or cilantro. I'm gonna use cilantro today because I like it. I'm just gonna rip up a couple of leaves and tear them in there. Okay, time to mush all this up, and we're gonna make 2 tuna patties out of it. I know it looks really, really wet, but that egg is going to kind of solidify and keep it together once we put it in our pan, so. I served it with a side salad. I had an extra hard-boiled egg, so I threw that on top. I do have some cucumbers and tomato in there. And you can top this with your favorite salad dressing. You can do ranch dressing. You can mix the mayonnaise with some of the lime that and have like a lime mayo topping to go on top of this. And this, you can just squeeze lime like all over this. You can do whatever you want to top it with, but that is your basic meal right there. It looks delicious, and I am going to enjoy this thoroughly. Did I mention I'm really enjoying this challenge? Tonight's dinner is going to be low carb, keto garlic Parmesan chicken. So I have my clearance chicken here, my Parmesan cheese, garlic, sour cream, some butter, cream cheese. What did I forget? Did I say that one? You're supposed to use mozzarella, but I figured if I buy this one and use it for all my dishes, it will go further. The first thing I'm gonna do is just pop this into the microwave, open 1-inch opening, stand it up for 6 minutes in the microwave, and let it run. So we're gonna do that now. Because I'm just doing 1 serving, I'm gonna use this really, really small Pyrex baking dish. I have my oven preheated to 375 degrees, and I'm just gonna put about half of this chicken into this container. Now, before we mix up our topping to put on top of this, I'm a big fan of seasoning all of your meat and veggies before you add like the topping part. I like to season each layer. Just gonna do your basic salt and pepper on this chicken on both sides. And of course, this would be really easy to do a larger batch of this and make it for a family or have leftovers for the week if you wanted to do it meal prep style. Okay, let's set this to the side and mix up our sauce. 2 ounces of cream cheese of your choice. 2 ounces is about that. I love cream cheese. I like it in everything. Dessert, savory items, on a bagel. I'm a huge fan of cream cheese. I love it. And I'm gonna stick that in the microwave to soften it just a hair. Just a little bit of sour cream, maybe a large tablespoon or so. Half of your Parmesan cheese, some black pepper. I'm just gonna take the lid off of this so it'll come out kind of quicker. There we go. Big fan of pepper.
A fresh pepper.
And 1 clove of garlic. I don't know if you knew this, but if you take, this one's actually really huge. If you push on the ends like this, it'll pop the skin off for you. So you don't have to mush it on your cutting board if you don't want to. I've been doing it a lot this way because I've been grating it with my microplane. It comes off nice and good that way. And now I can microplane it just in one big chunk. If you don't have one of these, I'll link one below. They're awesome. I'm only gonna do about half that clove just because it's so big. Here's our sauce that's going on our chicken right here. Oh my goodness, that smells good. Man, I could eat that on a bagel. First, put our topping on there. Top it with your mozzarella, or in my case, Colby Jack cheese. Just a little pinch, you don't need much. And the rest of your Parmesan. There we go. Stick that in the oven for about 25 minutes. My spaghetti squash is out of the microwave and I smushed it using a hot pad so it didn't burn my hand. So we're gonna dump it out. Now, this is an entire pound. And if you do the entire pound, you're looking at about 24 grams of carbs, even minus the fiber. So you're definitely not gonna wanna do the whole thing, but a third of it should be okay. So we're gonna put our chicken on this as soon as it comes out of the oven. And for my spaghetti squash, I am a simple girl. I like salt, pepper, and a little bit of butter. Here's my completed chicken. It smells amazing. I can't even tell you. I mean, this is a lot of food. I'm gonna kind of slide this onto my spaghetti squash like this. You saw that my cheese got all brown and delicious, and it made this almost Alfredo-y sauce. Parmesan garlic keto chicken. I cannot wait to eat this. This smells amazing. And I even have leftover spaghetti squash for another meal if I wanted to. Here's my Cobb salad. I do have the chicken I cooked in the air fryer tucked kind of underneath the avocado. Is half of the rest of the avocado, a little bit of the leftover tomato, 1 hard-boiled egg, some cheese, the bacon I had purchased, and the rest of my cucumber on this huge bed of lettuce. And we're gonna top it with however much ranch dressing you would like. Oh my gosh, tell me that does not look amazing. The only thing missing is croutons, but no, we are on keto right now. Do a mini meatloaf with a cauliflower mash. I have the other patty and a half of ground turkey here in my mixing bowl, and here are all the items we're gonna add. Some Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper, 1 egg, tomato sauce, mayo, some garlic powder, and pork rinds as our breading. Wait a minute, this isn't right. Okay, that's a little bit better. You want them crushed up, so if you have some aggressions, go ahead and get those out right now. Now we're gonna add everything to this, mush it around, and bake it at 350 degrees until cooked all the way through. Time to mix. Here's my little meatloaf meat patty thingy. It looks a little strange. I actually probably should have cooked that in a loaf pan, but oh, it's okay. You could probably also cook that in your air fryer, and it does cook for a really long time, like 50 minutes or something like that, which is really long. And also why cooking for me, a family of 6, is in some ways easier than 1 person. So as you can see here, I'm mixing up the cauliflower mash. I like to do this in a food processor because you can get the texture really smooth like a mashed potato. If you try and use just a, like a regular potato masher in a bowl, you just can't get it super smooth. It's still a little chunky the whole time no matter what. And here's the completed dish. I ended up putting the broccoli with this dish. I just felt like the fake mashed potatoes, like cauliflower mashed potatoes, with the meatloaf, the broccoli. It was so pretty and it made so much food. And for seasoning on the broccoli, I squeezed a half a lemon on it. If you've never done this, you need to try it. It's so good. You can also do butter, salt, and pepper. Do you like that little lemon juicer? I've got a link down below if you want to check it out. It's really awesome. Like I mentioned during the video, all of the recipes that I used for today's keto meals will be listed down in the description box, as well as any fun little doodads and gadgets that I used in this video. Once again, don't forget to go check out Jen's video and Gia's video. Their videos will be linked down below for if you want to go check out the other 18 keto meals, as I only had 9. I really hope you guys enjoyed this installment of my extreme grocery budget series for 2020. The next one will be out in March. I already have some good ideas. I think you're gonna like it. If you haven't subscribed yet, maybe consider doing that. Leaving a comment down below and telling me which of these meals is going to be your favorite one to try. And if you are here from Jen or Gia's channels, welcome. I hope you had a great time with me. I love hanging out with my YouTube friends, and I will see you in the next video.